Good morning, everyone. It's Amanda here from Southern Designs, here with this week's Southern Tip. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about how I actually go about creating all of my social media posts. You will have noticed I have a theme in all of my posts, that I have a consistent look in all of that, and consistent wording, all of that. So what I do is I actually create what I call a social media content bank. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm just going to bring I've got it open over here. I just got to find the button that allows me to share screen, and I'll show you. So I'll go over here, share screen. Okay, so what I have here is a document that I've created that allows me, I've got quotes in here, and as I create more quotes, I add them in. So the quotes are something I use on a regular basis. As you know, I think every Monday they go out. So in the future, I'm going to want to reuse them. I don't want to be looking for new quotes every month. So I've set for myself, I figure once I get to about 100 quotes, that's enough of a content bank then that I can then start recycling the information, repurposing the content. So what I do is I create the images, save them on a file on my computer, and I create this file here. So I've got a contents file. I've got Motivation Monday, which is my Monday quotes. And then I use the table of contents feature in my document to create a list of all the quotes I've done, for example. And then all I've got to do is, when I write up my plan, as I've showed you before, I write the calendar out, then I will write quote number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I just come in here, I'll go there, click on that, and that takes me straight down to the wording for the quote. And all I've got to do is copy that and paste it into my scheduling tool. Now, this is a very simple tip, but once you've created the content and you get to that point where you've got enough content that you can recycle and repurpose, it makes things a heck of a lot quicker when it comes to your scheduling. So at the moment, while I'm creating the document, it probably takes me about 2 solid days to create all the images and the wording and the content for my month's worth of social media. But I don't just leave it to the Mondays. I've got every day of the week in here. I've got tips, video. I've got from the posts that you see go up every week. So join us live. So I know that's what I want to say with that one. Then I've got this here, and then I've got my tip posts, which also go up every Tuesday as well, and the information for those is all saved in here. And then I also use the bookmark feature so that if I need to, I can quickly and simply navigate through the document. So I create the headings. Now, the way you do this is if I go right down the bottom, you can see, let's see, Sunday Fun Days. Let's go to this one here. So I've created a whole heap, and I've got these ones here which I'm going to be preparing at a later date and time. So what I do to create the headings in my document is I might go over here. Now, I'll check which level I've got here. So I've used the heading levels here, and that's create a heading level 2. So if I put this as a heading level 2, and then I go back up to contents and hit the refresh button on the table of contents, you'll see now that the table of contents is updated to include that number 28. And it's just a matter of doing this every time you want to create social data or create something that works, that you're going to be reusing. And the advantage of this is it actually, once you get to a certain level, for me, I'm going to go to about 100 posts, maybe 120, because I do it across 3 groups, and I like to have a different post every day in each spot that I post. But it's totally up to you. You know your audience. You know what will work for them best. So you do that. It will save you time and energy come the end of the month when it's time to reschedule the next month. Now, also, it will free you up too, because you've then scheduled the regular informational posts, the educational posts, the quote posts, whatever it is that works for you, because you've then scheduled all of those out nice and easily. It leaves you time then to comment and react and be involved in your pages with your people. It also then frees you up to do things which are more in the moment and more reactive. It gives you that chance to be more gives you more freedom basically to do what's needed at that moment, so you can be more spontaneous in terms of what goes in there as well. So think of the scheduled posts as the base posts for the month. Anything after, like a lot of people at the moment with all the bushfires that are happening here in Australia, they're posting a lot of support for the bushfires. So that's something you don't plan for. So something like that that needs to be said or needs to be spoken about straight away, it can be then posted after the fact or as on an as needs basis. So I hope that makes sense. By doing the scheduled posts and creating that content bank so that you save time in the long run, yes, it does take a bit of time to set up. But once you get to, say, I'm going to, like I said, 100, 120 posts for each day, each topic. So I have theme days for my business. As you've probably noticed, I have theme days for them. As you get to enough of those posts, you then can start recycling and reusing the posts, because you're going to be over like 120 days. That's probably about a month, maybe 2 months worth of content, depending on how you use it. So do that. Make it your life easier in the long run. Yes, it takes a while to set up, but in a couple of months when I'm finished setting it all up, it's going to be easier. It'll take scheduling from 2 days down to maybe 2 hours. So that's the power of creating a content bank, because then you've got stuff that you can use. You don't have to think about it. You just schedule it out. And that frees you up to do with the topical issues, the stuff that needs to be dealt with on a day-to-day basis. It will save you time and energy. And that's my tip for this week. Bye for now.